What's going on, MuvMinterz? Welcome to episode 192 of Movement Monday. I'm Crystal Clear, and let's go ahead and start off with a prayer. Our dear Heavenly Father, I thank you for this day. Thank you for having everybody to come and watch another episode of Movement Monday. Lord, I ask that you would just help me say the right words that you need the audience to hear as they go on through the beginning of the week. We ask that you would help souls everywhere, save them, people that need you. Please save them, Lord. Help them through their situations and their struggles as we all progress on through our lives to try to find you and seek your face. And we give you all the honor, glory, and praise in Jesus' name. Amen. So I just got back from New York City. Me and my wife decided to take our family out to Yankee Stadium, and we had a good time over there up in the Bronx, up in New York. It was two of my three kids, that was their first time ever visiting Yankee Stadium. My oldest son and my youngest son, Sammy and Jerry, they loved the New York Yankees. I battled them all the time because I always got my Phillies hat on. We always heckle each other, talking about which team is better, the Phillies and the Yankees. And we got a little bit of a home sports rivalry at my house, which I always loved because my family, my mother was an Eagles fan, my dad was a 49ers fan. I had my brothers being the Vikings fan. I was always, kind of like a Chiefs fan. Way back since Joe Montana used to be on the left the 49ers to be on the Chiefs. So we all had our sports rivalries from back in the day, you know what I mean? And even now, so it's kind of nice to see a new generation of having some sibling rivalries in sports. And now they, father rivalries as well. So anyway, that's not the point that I wanted to come across. So anyway, my family had a very nice time watching the New York Yankees battle out the Houston Astros. Unfortunately, they lost 9-7, but it was a pretty good game. It had some ups and downs, and everything was cool. But it's funny though, because even though my youngest son, he's a die-hard baseball fan, and he plays baseball in the little leagues as well. So he enjoys baseball, and sometimes like when his team loses or whatever, he gets all emotional about it. So I was very proud of him that he didn't cry this time, because he realized, in all fairness, winning or losing, you win some, you lose some. But the reason why I wanted to take my son out there is because, again, my youngest son is in baseball, and he's really inspired to be like the next Aaron Judge. That's one of his favorite characters. That's one of his favorite players in baseball. And he loves Bryce Harper, and he loves some other players on the Phillies as well, but he always loved Aaron Judge. And I've decided to, it would be helpful for him to see in his field of baseball, which he loves, to see, some of the professional players out there. So all year long on this season, I've been taking him to Phillies games. I believe he went to like 3 Phillies games, and then he also, like I say, he went to his first Yankees game on this Sunday that just passed, and he's going back to Yankee Stadium in 2 weeks to play against the Boston Red Sox. So I wanted him to get a feel of what it's like to be a professional baseball player. My oldest son, he's into basketball. One of his favorite team is the LA Lakers. He loves LeBron James. He said earlier before on another episode of Movement Monday, I believe, he also loves Giannis. And, he loves all these players, and he definitely loves, I'm going to mess up his name. I think it's Nikola Jokic, which is the Joker. And he tries to model himself after, these good players, especially Jokic. And, it's just like, it's so awesome to see these young kids inspired to be something. So this is really a message for all the parents out there, even friends, that see somebody with some good talent, that has potential talent, even just to follow not only their sporting careers, or even something just not in the sports, their dreams. It's great to have a good supporting cast to help these people along their way. I believe that when I take my son to baseball games, it just ignites his passion into wanting to be a baseball player. So same thing with my oldest son. Even though I haven't been able to go to like his practices, but me and my wife had set up camps, had him sponsored, like putting him in basketball camps so he can learn the technique and the fundamentals of playing basketball. So it's like, even though, yeah, it's nice to see your kids wanting to do something, but it's even better if you give them the support that they need to reach their goal in what they want to do in life. It's also important to everybody else that's not even in the field. I wanted to be, I wanted to be an artist, but now I'm doing stuff in music. I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for my wife taking the reins for me and actually transforming this room that we're sitting here now into a recording studio. Sometimes you need a good supporting cast to be that last, that last push for you to reach your goals. So my suggestion to people out there, parents, everybody out there, it is good to be supportive, but don't hinder them from reaching their goal as well. I seen parents out there when I was watching my son into his baseball games. I see parents really get on their sons, yelling at them for missing the ball or something like that. And I understand that you want your son to do better, but at the same time, there's ways where you can be a hindrance to kids out there who want to learn how to do something in their life. And because, you're yelling at them or whatever, they might not like to be, baseball player no more because of it. I hate being yelled at, or I hate doing this, I hate doing that. So it's like you have to watch out how you nurture your child, or how friends should nurture their friends as far as them following their life's dreams. A lot of times you can't force your will on other people. So you can't force your will on a child if he's trying to learn how to be a professional player or anything that they want to do. So sometimes you have to step aside. Sometimes you have to just sometimes not say anything and be that supportive cast, you know what I mean? Like I said, I take my son to games, but at the same time, when I see him struggling in his baseball games, I don't go yelling at him like, what are you doing? Sometimes I ask him, like, what's going on in your head? Because I want him to explain what he needs to be doing in order to fix his game. And a lot of times, because of that, he figures it out, what he's doing wrong. The next game, he actually plays a lot better. And it's great, because when I see my son doing better in sports, when I see my oldest son hit the game-winning shot like he did last time he was at a game in camp, it helps them build the confidence in them. Because not only they believe that they can do it, but they also believe that people can actually support them in where they're going to go. To all the people out there who working in their field and in their craft, like me with music, my wife on her verge of becoming a psychiatrist. My brother's wife is pretty much doing the same thing. My brother's been an engineer. He actually graduated finally in his 40s. And now he's really into the technical and the business side of music. To all the people who going through all that, whatever they going through, just know who the people around you who's going to support you, and then know the people around you who's going to hinder you. You can always tell it's a dead giveaway. It's not saying it's like a hard test sometimes, because some people change during the course of time and end up being a hindrance to your goal and not a support. So sometimes you have to weigh your people around you and realize, what are they really here for? Are they here for just to get a bargaining chip, to live off the good life? Or are they here to actually help me? One of the best friends in life is the ones who always rejoice when you are getting the blessing. It even says that in the Bible. If you rejoice in somebody else's blessing will come to you. Because, you don't have no jealousy in the heart. You want what's good for the people. So just bear in mind that when you're out there doing what you're supposed to do. Now, on a side note, I will say this, though. Just because my children wants to be an athlete, 2 of my children wants to be a professional athlete, we don't know what God has in store for them in their future. Again, I wanted to be an illustrator. However, I didn't make it as an illustrator because it wasn't ordained by God for me to be an illustrator. He needed me to work on music to help people get saved and work and become a part of the body of Christ. So just because my kids wanted to be that way doesn't mean they're going to be that way. So I always suggest to them, find 3 things in life that you want to do. You know, regardless if it's sports, computers, or whatever. You want to find 3 things in life that you want to do in life. Because if one falls, at least you have something to fall back on. I was an artist, then I became a truck driver. Then I became an audio engineer. See, that's 3 things that I learned how to do in life, just in case something falls behind in what I wanted to achieve. So you have to know that as well. And for the last thing I would suggest too, for all the children out there, don't worry so much about playing great in sports. Worry more about being great. Don't worry about playing great. Be great. Because that's more important than any sport in any field or any life goals that you have in mind. More important than that. The world is bigger than the field that you're working in. And just keep in mind that. And find a good support that will help you along the way. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and do some little bit of updates for you. My single, Fallback Spring Forward, is coming out this month on August 21st. I did a good mix over the weekend, and I'm about to send it to my brother so he can listen to it, so we can get a good mastering and everything into it. And you know, so it should be ready to rock for you on August 21st. I'm really excited about it too, because that goes on forth with what I'm talking about here on this topic today, about being supportive of people who are going to be great. And I hope you guys will listen to that song when it comes out on August 21st. It's going to be a wonderful song. It deals about the future generations of the greatest people who are going to be the greatest of all times. Which, you know, if you want to really know about the lyrics, I wrote that for my 3 sons, you know, because they got potential, and you know, they're going to be the greatest of all times in my eyes. And they just got to see it for themselves, you know. So I hope you all enjoy that when it comes out. Basic instructions before leaving Earth. I finished most of the audio. Thank God for that. I'm pleased to announce that I got 95% of my hearing back. So ever since I got my hearing back, I've been going like gun-ho on audio editing and stuff like that. So I fixed most of the lyrics of all my songs. I got a couple to go back on, and then there's like one song I really didn't like how I did it, so I'm reworking it as we speak. But most of the audio engineering is done, and I just gotta, you know, start mixing, and then we get it mastered. So a little bit behind, but you know, I'm still pushing. So I'll give you any updates if I get any delays on the album as well. You're gonna like these songs. We knocked it down to, I believe, 17 songs. Me and my brother decided to take a song and hold it for the future. You'll see why as time goes on, and you know, you're gonna love these songs. Hopefully they'll be nice and inspiring for y'all, to you know that God is with you at all times. You just got to keep going in life, you know what I mean? So yeah, so that's going on with that. The Christmas album, Volume 7, we already started doing some recording sessions. I just had a recording session the past weekend, not this weekend that just passed, but the week before that, with Big Stigs on one of the songs that my brother created. You're gonna love it too, because it's definitely the outside of realm of how we really do our music, but in all forward, even though it's way off of what we usually do, it still comes back to being a positive message for the world. So we're getting that ready to go. So my brothers continue to work on the Christmas album while I keep working on Bible. Also his old works, you know, which is Fade to Black, Facing Life. That album is out now. You can catch that on YouTube, on Movement TV, some of the songs out there. And you can also catch it on SalvWreck.com, SalvWreck.com. Telling you, you're gonna enjoy these music that's coming out. Like I say, he had, I believe it was 34 songs in that album. That was his like final curtain call into him really being the artist. Now he's more on the business side and helping me to become a better artist, as long as, you know, my fellow peer Big Stigs and other people that he's been collabing with Shout out to people like Big Chuck and everybody on opposite ends of the coast. You know what I mean? So it's like in Midwest, because I believe Big Chuck's from the Midwest. So it's like, you know, it's just a lot of good stuff coming on, because he decided to be more on the business side. More stuff that I understand at this point. That's why it's like I said, my brother is my biggest support, along with my wife and my friend Teresa and all everybody. So it's like there's stuff that I don't know that they know, and they're helping me to become a better artist, to produce better product because of the stuff that they know that I don't know. So it's like it's their great support, man. Great support. So, you know, so be on the lookout for the music. And then, like I said, there's also stuff like the merchandise and in the SalvWreck. There's plenty of merchandise out there for you to get. Passion is the leader in all the merchandise that's being produced over there. I got my shirt on here that we use for the Alongside Day. So it's like we're making gear, man. We're doing all kinds of stuff. So I believe you're gonna enjoy it, man. Just check out the website at SalvWreck, SalvWreck.com. And you know, just hopefully just continue to give us support and everything, and just keep us in prayer, because we're doing a lot of things, man. And like I said, we're doing a whole lot of things inside and outside of music. And you know, the enemy always attacking, because he attacked my ears for about 3 months, to the point he was trying to stop me from producing this work that I'm creating right now. So just continue to keep me in prayer, and keep my brother and everybody else in prayer that's working at SalvWreck. The lineup for this week, I believe we got Story Time with SalvWreck coming out on Wednesday. I'll probably do some recording on that and some future recordings. I'm just giving you a heads up, probably in 2 weeks after this record of SalvWreck Story Time, that I might not be in the area, or you know, because I'm going to be hard at producing, getting this album work together. But if I have a cancellation of the next episode after this week, I'll let you know, or my wife will put a post and let you know as well. I'll let you know and everything. But you know that if I cancel one, I'm bringing 2 back, because I want you to make sure you have all the episodes that help you to keep going. So continue to keep me in prayer. It's been awesome, man. It's been an awesome experience. Getting grayer, older, but you know, the Lord's giving me the strength to keep on going. So with that, I'm just gonna go ahead and leave it off with that. Stay tuned, stay alert, and always remember, you are the movement. And if it weren't for you, you guys are the best, biggest supporters of all. You guys have never been a hindrance to me, regardless if you want to critique my work or not. You guys have been the biggest support blessings for all of us here at SalvWreck. And I want to personally thank y'all. Thank y'all for your prayers and everything. And whatever music that comes out is because of you. So pretty much this is your music, not ours, just ours. Okay? So get on the course of the week. Find your support group and get it moving. Love you. Peace.